Have you ever wondered, what if every single moment of your life, every joy, every pain, every mistake, had to be lived again and again, forever? No reset button, no alternate ending, just the same loop, playing for eternity. That's the haunting question at the heart of Friedrich Nietzsche's most mysterious idea, the eternal return. But what did Nietzsche actually mean? Was it meant to terrify us or liberate us? Was it a scientific hypothesis, a psychological test, or a cosmic joke? Today, we'll dive deep into one of the most mind-bending ideas in philosophy, the eternal return, to uncover what Nietzsche might have been trying to tell us about time, meaning, and the way we live. The birth of the idea. Friedrich Nietzsche was not a traditional philosopher. He didn't write with logic and proofs. He wrote with fire, poetry, and pain. Born in 1844, Nietzsche lived through an age of collapse, the decline of religion, the rise of science, and the questioning of morality. He saw humanity losing its old certainties. God was no longer the ultimate meaning maker. So he asked, if God is dead, what now gives life meaning? That's when he conceived one of his most radical thought experiments. What if a demon crept after you in your loneliest loneliness and said, "This life as you now live it and have lived it, you will have to live once more and innumerable times more"? Would you throw yourself down and gnash your teeth, or would you say, "You are a god, and never have I heard anything more divine"? This wasn't just poetry, it was an existential bomb. The eternal return was Nietzsche's way of asking, what if you had to live your life eternally, exactly as it is? Would you curse it, or would you embrace it? What the eternal return really means. At first glance, it sounds like a cosmic horror story, a time loop where nothing ever changes. But Nietzsche wasn't describing physics, he was describing a test of spirit. The eternal return is not about whether the universe literally repeats. It's about whether you can affirm life so completely that you would choose to live it again, infinitely. It's a mirror Nietzsche holds up to us. If you recoil from the thought, perhaps you're not living authentically. If you embrace it, if you could shout yes to every joy and tragedy, then you have achieved what Nietzsche called amor fati, the love of fate. To Nietzsche, this was the highest form of strength. To love not only your success, but your suffering. To say yes, even to pain, because it's part of what makes your life uniquely yours. Time, science, and the universe. Some have tried to interpret the eternal return scientifically. Could the universe actually repeat itself? In the 19th century, when Nietzsche lived, physics was exploring the idea of an eternal universe. If time were infinite and matter finite, then eventually, every configuration of atoms might repeat. In that sense, the eternal return could be literal, a universe looping endlessly, with us reliving every detail again and again. But Nietzsche never confirmed that he meant it scientifically. He was using the idea metaphorically, as a tool to awaken us. He wanted to test how deeply we truly affirm existence. The psychological test. Imagine hearing that demon's whisper, "You will live this life again. Every decision, every heartbreak, every wasted day." How would you feel? For most people, it's a nightmare. We recoil because we remember all the things we wish we'd done differently, all the regrets, all the pain. Nietzsche's challenge is this: can you transform your relationship with life so that you no longer wish to change it? Can you live so fully, so courageously, that even your mistakes feel sacred because they led you to who you are? That's the secret test of the eternal return. It's not about time, it's about value. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't need another life because you've lived this one so completely. Amor fati, the love of fate. The eternal return leads directly into one of Nietzsche's most beautiful ideas, amor fati, the love of fate. Nietzsche wrote, My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. That means not just accepting your fate, but loving it. To say, yes, I would live this again. Yes, even my suffering had meaning. Yes, even my failures shaped me. This is the radical affirmation Nietzsche dreamed of. Not a naive optimism, but a fierce, courageous love for life as it is. It's the antidote to resentment, to despair, to nihilism. Because once you can love fate itself, no power in the universe can defeat you. The existential meaning. Existential philosophers after Nietzsche, like Sartre and Camus, saw the eternal return as a mirror to our own absurdity. If the universe has no meaning, and we are doomed to repeat it endlessly, then meaning can't be given to us. It must be created by us. Camus's Sisyphus, forever pushing his rock uphill, embodies this spirit. The rock never stops rolling back down. But Camus says, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. That's Nietzsche's message too. We can't escape suffering, repetition, or impermanence, but we can decide how we meet it, with bitterness or with joy. The eternal return asks us to embrace existence, not escape it, to find transcendence not beyond life, but within it. The trap of the eternal return. But there's another side to this idea, a darker one. Some philosophers see the eternal return not as a path to freedom, but as a cosmic trap. If everything repeats, then there's no real progress, no novelty, just the same cycle forever. Nietzsche hints at this despair too, because eternal repetition could mean eternal suffering, no escape from mistakes, no redemption, just the same wheel spinning endlessly. So which is it, a truth or a trap? Nietzsche might answer, both, because whether it's heaven or hell depends entirely on you. The eternal return doesn't change the world, it changes your perspective. It shows you who you are. If you resent life, eternal repetition is hell. If you love it, it's divine. That's the genius of the thought. It doesn't offer comfort, it demands transformation. Living as if it will return. Let's make this practical. How do you live as if every moment will return eternally? Nietzsche's answer: by living deliberately, by paying attention, by loving your life enough that you'd want it again. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. Next time you hesitate before doing something and ask, would I want to live this moment again, forever? If the answer is no, maybe you're living by someone else's script. If the answer is yes, then you've found something truly yours. That's the real power of the eternal return. It forces you to choose meaning, now. Eternal return and modern science. Modern physics might seem to have left Nietzsche behind, but strangely, it hasn't. The idea of cyclic time still haunts cosmology. In some interpretations of the Big Bang and multiverse theory, the universe may expand, collapse, and rebirth, an endless cosmic rhythm. Even quantum physics allows the possibility of eternal recurrence in infinite universes. But Nietzsche didn't care about whether it was true in the scientific sense. For him, it was existentially true, a lens through which to test our souls. And maybe that's why his idea still captivates us today. Because we don't really fear eternity, we fear wasting it. The eternal return in everyday life. Let's bring it closer to home. You wake up, you scroll your phone, you work, you worry, you sleep, and then you do it again tomorrow. We're already living a kind of eternal return. Our habits, our routines, our loops. Nietzsche asks, can you make those loops sacred? Can you turn repetition into affirmation, monotony into meaning? That's the spiritual core of his philosophy. It's not about escaping repetition, but transforming it. Because meaning doesn't come from newness, it comes from depth, facing the demon. In the end, the eternal return is a question only you can answer. When the demon comes to you, whispering that you must live your life again. What will you say? Most will tremble, some will weep, but a few will smile and whisper back, yes, again. That's the moment Nietzsche calls the highest affirmation of life, to not merely endure existence, but to celebrate it endlessly. Conclusion. So, was the eternal return a profound truth or a cosmic trap? Maybe both, because Nietzsche never gave us the comfort of an answer. He gave us a mirror, one that shows whether we're truly living or merely existing. If the idea terrifies you, that's okay. It's meant to. It means there's still something in you that wants to be free, that still yearns for meaning. The eternal return isn't about time. It's about eternity in the present moment. It's about saying yes to life so fully that even eternity couldn't make you change a thing. And maybe that's the ultimate secret Nietzsche left us. That salvation doesn't come after death. It comes the moment you finally say, I would live this again. If you found this story fascinating, like, share, and subscribe to Timeless Questions channel, where we explore the civilizations, ideas, and mysteries that shaped humanity.